All right. Well, you know, I never expect more than a few people to ever watch any of my content. So I was surprised that I started getting feedback from angry, sweaty nerds about how, the pricing is unfair and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, I mean, it looks bad, but I feel like WoW nerds in particular have no basis in which to compare things like this to. And so I have the obvious one right in front of me. So this is about the World of Warcraft Burning Crusade Classic is adding in the Dark Portal Pass in the Deluxe Edition. Dark Portal Pass is basically a character boost, so you don't have to level from 1 to level 58. It's going to cost you about $40. It includes mount riding. For people that don't play, that's so you can go faster on a horsey. Uh, a race specific mount. So whatever race you pick, it's gonna be whatever race's mount. Weapon skills, so you don't have to level up your weapon and hit like a wet noodle. Access to certain flight paths, so you can fly around the map pretty easily. It's like a taxi system. A set of level 58 magic green quality gear. It's the lowest level of gear in the game outside of like whites, which are like trash. Uh, Up to 4 runecloth bags, 14 slots each. That's pretty good. I mean, they're not the best bags in the game. I think Netherweave is the best bag in the game with 16 slots, but that's a sizable inventory to start out with. A little bit of gold to start their journey, and it has a little quest to try and teach you the absolute basics of the game. You still, at that point, have to level through the Burning Crusade experience. Now, either you're going to do dungeons if you know what you're doing, or if you are an absolute fucking newbie, you would probably try and do world questing, which is normally fine, except at launch, that's going to be a complete nightmare. um, and it might be better if you're an absolute newbie. Personal, opinion here, to just not get the level boost, start leveling from level 1 up to level 60 in the classic content, which is going to have a 30% experience boost on TBC servers, so you can get through it fairly quickly as opposed to when it was classic, and save yourself $40. But if look, your friends are all going to be doing PvP arenas now, 2v2s or whatever. Your bestest buddy is going to be doing 2v2s. You need to level up quick. You don't have time. Well, $40, not that bad. Also included is the digital deluxe edition. Now that includes the Dark Portal Pass, which, like I said, retails for $40, as well as a mount. One of which is the Shadowlands version, and the other is the classic version. A Dark Portal Hearthstone, providing a unique visual a toy, basically. It's either going to be your actual Hearthstone goes green or something when you use it, which it normally is, so I don't know. It's going to do a thing. And the Path of Illidan toy, which is again a toy that leaves like little footprints, little green footprints. And the Dark Portal Pass, like I said, the level boost, and 30 days of game time, which is $15. So you figure the mount, normally mounts cost $25 on the World of Warcraft in-game shop. The toys cost $10 on the in-game shop. So right there is $35. Then another $40 for the level boost, and $15 more for in-game time. And you can see how the $70 price tag isn't as ridiculous as people seem to claim. Also, you don't need any of this. And this is the important part that I think people are missing. You don't need any of this. For your subscription fee to World of Warcraft, you can play Classic, Vanilla Classic, the one that's available right now as of the 12th of May, 2021. The Burning Crusade Classic, which the pre-patch of which starts in 6 days, and then it actually launches on June 1st, 2021, as well as, if you've purchased the expansion pack, the Shadowlands expansion, the modern expansion. which I have played a little bit. And so people were, they were saying, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, because I said in the video that I was still leveling Classic. Yeah, I didn't have time for leveling Classic, and I hadn't played since BFA dropped. Like I did the first raid tier BFA, and then my guild disbanded because everybody hated the Battle for Azeroth expansion. But to sit there and tell me that I'm a casual, I would point you to, my 15,000-ish achievement points, okay? And my feats of strength and legacy achievements, and going back and back and back to fucking... So this expansion, I've only been playing for a week. I got LFR done, right? Because that's easy. I obviously, like I said, I quit after Uldir, but like, yeah. I'm not... I know what I'm talking about. I've been playing World of Warcraft a long time, and I have the bona fides to prove it. So I don't know. I don't know, dude. This isn't even my only character. So obviously, I actually have a lot of a lot of characters. I have now they're all level 50 because of the level squish, and because I've only leveled this guy in Shadowlands, but I have one character of every class at least capped out. And that's true of a lot of other games too. See, MMOs are my genre, so just to show, like, because I'm about to talk about another game for comparison's sake, just to show you, I have a level 80 white mage as well as a level 80 warrior, as well as a bard and black mage, all on this one character, and all the crafting maxed out. I'm in raid gear for the most part, or pre-raid gear. And that's Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, right? And again, my achievement points are quite high. I've done a lot of things. I put in a lot of time in this game as well. And so I say that because people want to call me a casual. Now, let's compare. Let us compare. You want to say how awful the prices for things are with the Burning Crusade. Let's see. Because Final Fantasy XIV players do not complain about their game, and as a matter of fact, get ravenously defensive about their game. If ever you are to say anything remotely negative about it, they will swarm and attack. And I actually don't have anything particularly negative to say, because to me, what I'm about to point out isn't a bad thing. The developers have somewhat been open about saying that they make more money off of the cash shop because Square Enix, who owns the Final Fantasy franchise and runs the game, publishes it, make the bulk of the money off of the boxed sales of the game, as well as the subscription fees. So these cash shop items is how the developers kind of make their money, so that they're not just siphoning off the bottom of the barrel. And some of them, you would just be shocked. So main scenario progression. Okay, so this is going through the actual main story of the game. There is none to take you through Shadowbringers, but I'm sure there will be. But to go through, to get into Shadowbringers, that's $25. And I don't recommend you do that. Here's the thing about Final Fantasy XIV. The story is half the battle, right? That's exactly why you're going to be there. So if you use this to skip it, you're going to probably not enjoy it as much. If you're not into story, it's probably not a game that you would be super excited about, although the gameplay is not bad. That's the real hook. How about a File of Fantasia? Now, see, in WoW, race and class changes and even gender changes aren't... I'm not sure if you can gender change in WoW, but in Final Fantasy, you buy this File of Fantasia, it's going to let you redesign your character from scratch, essentially. That's number one selling thing. So you can, all of a sudden, you can be a cat girl, if you were a human before, exactly like the picture shows. Apparently the character, the level skip is pop. By the way, this Tales of Adventure Stormblood, this does not raise your character's level. So this is not a level boost. This is, we're going to skip you through the main story and give you some shit for that. You know, some of the shit that you would have got, which, by the way, even if you're just like trying to gill farm, it's called gill in Final Fantasy, not gold. This would be dumb, right? They give you some platinum pieces, but that doesn't make up. Like, you make serious amounts of money and experience in the main story, as well as it's a good story. Regardless, doesn't raise your level. So you're thinking, well, why would I skip the story? Well, you shouldn't. But then it's a beautiful thing, because then they also have a level skip. So you could another $25. So right now you're at $50 to start at the Shadowbringers expansion. That's on top of the box price of the expansion, which I believe is $40. In the $12.99 a month that you can get away with if you just have one character per server limit, or $15 a month to have as many as you want. You don't need more than one because you can level everything on, but some people like alts for like role play or fucking whatever else, gold farming. So this is $50, right? How about a $30 mount? Right? How about a $30 mount? How about a skirt for $18? How about a wedding? Yeah, you can pay $20 and have a wedding in game. There you go. How about an emote for $5? And this is just the top selling stuff. That's a $7 emote. How about white dye? Because you can dye your clothing. A lot of you WoW people are like unfamiliar with what a lot of this shit is, but yeah, you can dye your clothing. So how about $7 to get white, so you can dye it all white? Minions. These are like the equivalent of pets, except they don't battle. They're just there to fucking look cool. And as you can see, you know, $7, $8. I mean, yeah, a bit of it's expensive. I've never bought any of this, right? I buy my subscription fee, and that's all I need. But if you need more than that, it's here. And it's way more, I guess, egregious if you know, and greedy. I see that word thrown a lot out. But what is a business supposed to do if not make money? Like, I don't understand. Like, they're not just like, oh, you know what we want to do? We want to create hopes and dreams in all the little children and never make a cent. Okay, that kind of business is not going to be successful. Sorry to say. First of all, that's called a charity or non-profit, right? These are not non-profit companies. They are for-profit entities, corporations for the most part. Secondly, they have shareholders. Like, you guys don't understand how business works. You want to talk about greed in the industry and all this shit. No, what it is, just be real. Like, you think that the price is too high, but you pay it. You pay it because this shit here would not exist if you didn't. This shit here would not exist. I guarantee you. They're not going to tell us how many people buy the Dark Portal Pass or the fucking digital deluxe edition because they don't release numbers like that. But I guarantee you're going to see a spike in earnings because despite all your protestation, despite how mad you get at me and, oh, I'm gonna come and tell this guy what I think, and I'm gonna send him messages in Twitter, and I'm gonna downvote the video. Okay, cool story, bro. You are going to buy it. And that's what you were mad about, is that's what I said in the video. You're going to buy it. People buy this shit. People buy all this shit, as you can see. Number one, number two. Number two is just to skip the story, not even a level boost. Not even a level boost. So you skip the story, but you start at level 1. What do you think that they're doing? On top of that, they're buying something else with it. Guess what it is? another $25 level boost. So Final Fantasy people who are skipping the fucking story content, which is the main point and selling point of the fucking game, they don't want to fucking bother with it, are paying $25. And then on top of that, they're paying another $25. And the reason that the level boosts aren't at the top of the best sellers list, by the way, is because they're individual by class. So if it was just a generic like level boost for any class, I guarantee this would be like number 2 or number 3 on the list, right behind the class boost, because they go hand in hand. So people in Final Fantasy are paying $50 on top of the box price, on top of the subscription fee. And then if you attack their game in any way, if they perceive you attacking their game, they will attack you ravenously like dogs. They will cancel you. Okay? And look, I got nothing but nice things to say about the Final Fantasy community in terms of my interactions with them and playing the game. But I see it, man. Y'all are fucking crazy. You will defend this game. I mean, WoW fanboys will defend WoW, except that they'll also shit it. Like, to the outsider, if somebody's like, you play WoW, that's fucking dumb. Why would you play WoW? That's so stupid. You know, they'll get upset, right? But if they're like, yeah, I used to play WoW, and they're like, oh, thank God you understand how much I hate this fucking game that I've been playing for 15 years and paying all kinds of money to. And it's like, just stop, dude. Life exists outside these games, and that's from somebody that's obviously as much of a no-lifer as I am. I'm showing you my fucking armories. And I also could show you fucking WildStar before it closed down. I had maxed out characters there in fucking Elder Scrolls Online, in fucking Black Desert Online, and fucking numerous other games. I know what I'm talking about. I've been playing MMOs a long fucking time. And I'm telling you, you can cry all you want about WoW and the prices and all these things, but the fact is, what they're providing you with the Burning Crusade experience, what it's actually going to cost you versus what you could have if you want to pay to win or whatever. You want to have the nicest things. I guess I don't think it's pay to win at all, but whatever. You want to have the nicest things, you want the level boost, it's going to cost you a little bit. But what do you need to actually play the game? An active subscription. That's it. It costs $15 a month for the Burning Crusade Classic. That's less than the Burning Crusade cost when it came out because you had to buy the box. And not only that, I'm pretty sure when Burning Crusade came out, if you didn't already own the vanilla version of World of Warcraft, you had to buy that too. So you're talking about, to play Burning Crusade at launch, of the original launch, would have required, without anything else, would have required you to go out, acquire the World of Warcraft box, which was probably $50 at the time, and then the expansion pack, which was probably $30 at the time. So that's $80 plus the $15 for that first month. But you want to bitch about a $70 deluxe edition that you don't need, because all you need is $15. Now, to get to the level transfer thing, again, you think that's egregious. They don't want people making their characters on a dead server for Classic, so they have to keep up 150 fucking Classic servers because you want to keep your character there and you're never going to play it. Somebody pays $35, that's the person that's probably going to play both. Okay? That's the no-lifer. That's the neckbeard of the fucking century who's going to sit there and grind out, and they'll probably play retail too. They'll have all the time in the world to play all fucking 3. Okay? But the average person is going to transfer their character to, or not even, they're going to stay on the same server rather than, because to transfer your character to Classic is the thing, but the servers themselves are switching over. They're progression servers. So you just pick. It's going to give you choice. Classic, TBC, everybody's going to pick TBC. There's a small percentage that'll pick Classic, I'm sure. The other thing is the Classic servers will still exist for you to go and start from scratch, and won't that be great? We can be like the Dark Souls community, where the Dark Souls community has this thing. It's just fucking amazing, where every year or so, They'll say, hey, we're all going to go play the original Dark Souls. Now we're all going to play Dark Souls 2. Now we're all going to play Dark Souls 3. Why? Because then the online interactions in the Dark Souls series have enough people to make it worthwhile. If you play outside of those windows of opportunity, you're going to run into maybe a random person around, your skill level, your level, whatever, soul level. But for the most part, you're going to find a bunch of like no-lifers that are just going to invade your game and kill you. But if you play during those time periods, everybody's leveling up new characters together. They're all playing together. So if it's your first time playing, the interactions are going to be somewhat similar to how they would have been when the game launched. And that's fucking wonderful. Why can't we do that with classic WoW now? You can all go level a level 1 character on the classic servers, the vanilla servers. And when we can all do RAG and we can all go through Nax together as a big experiment, and can we start it over, right? Maybe we could even ask Blizz, hey, can we get fresh vanilla servers and then you roll out the patches the same way you did so we can do that world PvP that we did in the first and second phase again? That was really fun. Hey, we could do the Scarab Lord again. That was really fun. But no, y'all just want to cry because they're going to charge you less than what it would have cost you at launch of TBC originally, because all you have to pay is your fucking subscription fee, because there's optional things that you can add to it. Well, then don't buy it. This is my advice to you. If this bothers you, don't fucking buy it. Just like if this bothers you, don't fucking buy it. If nobody bought it, it wouldn't be number 2. If nobody bought it, it wouldn't be number 5 on their cash shop. And I highly doubt that just means that like 3 people bought this and then 2 people bought this, right? What happened here is like hundreds, if not thousands of people have bought this. Hundreds, if not thousands of people have bought these story skips. And they bought the level skips too. You fucking bet your ass they did. And thousands, if not tens of thousands of people will buy the digital deluxe edition, and more so will buy the fucking character boost, and a handful of people are going to buy the character copy. Because yeah, it is too expensive. And I think it's too expensive on purpose. I think you don't understand what Blizzard is doing. They don't want you to do it. They don't want to keep up 50 bajillion classic servers. They want people to move on to the Burning Crusade, but there will be classic servers and you'll still be able to make use of them. Quit fucking crying just because some game journalist told you that capitalism is bad. It's not. Get fucked, commie.